All right, relationship building discussion. We're starting off the first question. How does trust influence the success or failure of a community organizing effort? Building trust is really important in your organization because it can lead to common ground, finding common ground between members. It also can maintain participation in the organization long term. So trust is very instrumental in the success of community organizing. I also think in organizations or businesses in general, when you trust the people you're working with, and in the case of like if you're an employer, if you trust your employees, it kind of leads to a team mentality and helps you work harder for that organization and for your goals in the organization. Second question, what strategies can be used to build authentic relationships with diverse community members? One-to-one meetings can really influence and build relationships. Also, getting to know people over time, that's another strategy. They said it was another strategy for young people is to build relationships over time. But, in one-to-one meetings, it's really important to listen carefully and ask a lot of questions. That also helps you find common ground and allows you to trust people. Also, when building relationships with people different than us, you have to have an open mind. It's okay to not always agree with people, but it's always important to have an open mind when you're talking to someone different than you. Third question, how do you rebuild trust in a community that has experienced broken promises or neglect? I don't know if this question is asking like if you've broken a promise with someone, or it's like people in the past that have experienced broken promises or neglect. So I would say if you're working with someone that has experienced broken promises in the past, showing by actions, using actions to show them that you're different or you're wanting to build trust with them, because actions are more important than words when building trust with someone. In the case of if it's you who broke their promise or neglected them, I think it's important to start the relationship over. So, build the trust over again, work with them again, start the relationship over. And you can do that by one-to-ones. Again, like asking them about themselves and then sharing vulnerable things about yourself, to show like to build trust and show they can trust you. Fourth question, how can organizers ensure that all voices are heard, especially marginalized groups? One of the videos, I think it was the philanthropy video, talked about like having programs that directly work with people in their neighborhood. That can show, they also talked about that can show like the people that you're working with in the neighborhoods that their voices are important. So centering the important voices in decision making and creating programs that directly work with people can uplift their voice and give them a chance to share their ideas and have a place for their voice, which is really important. Fifth question, what challenges arise when trying to unite people with different backgrounds and beliefs? Some challenges of community organizing with backgrounds that are different than challenges of community organizing that include people of different backgrounds can involve conflict. So obviously, like when you're dealing with someone that's different than you or different beliefs, whatever, you have to have an open mind or there's going to be conflict. You're going to disagree and cause a fight. So building trust and finding common ground can help with that, but that can always happen with people different than you. They also talked about in the article that conflict is instrumental to achieving goals. So it is important, but it is a challenge in the same sense. Sixth question, how can community organizers maintain momentum and commitment over long periods? People Community organizers can maintain commitment over time by building relationships with people in the organization. So again, building trust, creating like a friendship kind of relationship between the people you're working with, acting, not acting, become like actually being interested in the things that your members are dealing with, or finding similar things that you're both interested in can maintain momentum and commitment. There was a quote in the article that says the ability to have differences, disagreements, and challenges, and yet remain in relationship is key component for civility, which is necessary for peaceful, pluralist, and civil society. So yeah, creating that commitment is like very important for organizations to continue, and that can happen with building trust and building a relationship with people. 7th, what happens when personal relationships and movement goals conflict? How should organizers handle this? Inspiring others to broaden their circles with people with demographic and ideological differences can allow people to be equipped with handling conflict. So if your circle is built around people that have different beliefs or ideals than you, you can have experience already to handle conflict and handle disagreeing with people. And I don't think necessarily it's a bad thing to disagree with people that you're around, because you're not gonna agree on everything that your friends believe, but having that and inspiring people to have people around them that are different than them can make you equipped to handle conflict and be equipped with people that are different than you. Additionally, participants in the study stated that they do not initiate conflict without building a solid relationship foundation. So they're not just gonna instigate a fight or start a conflict with someone that they don't know. So yeah, again, building trust, building relationship is really important, and also having an open heart when you're dealing with conflict is really important. Final question, what lessons about relationships building can we take from historical social movements? A quote from the article says relationships involve dialogue, narrative, which have been noted important components of other processes that are empowering or build community. So having constant dialogue, having constant discussion is really important, and seeing that in social movements in the past. So building relationships is the key motif of this. But yeah, having constant dialogue with people in the organization is really important. And like I said previously, conflict has been crucial for social movements and organizations.